What's up guys, it's Bout here. It's been a while since I made a video, but I just want to get my thoughts across on how to improve as a BSS player, even if you only speak English. And that's specifically because, as you may know, 99% or more than 99% of players on the in-game Battle Stadium singles ladder are Japanese. So that means that the resources out there for improving are mainly going to be only in Japanese, and you can't read that. Or at least that's what you may think, but I think there's two easy ways to improve, and I'm going to share those with you right now. So the first way is to use the Pokemon Showdown Team Builder, and basically what this allows you to do is build your own teams with all of the resources right there in front of you, such as like being able to make an EV spread, being able to make the move set, being able to use maybe use the Terra type and items and stuff like that. And there's also another resource called Pokemon Showdown Damage Calculator. I'll link those in the description below, but that's just kind of one thing. And then I'm going to show you another resource as well. So those together are very good resources as well. And what they allow you to do is create a really good EV spread on how you want your Pokemon to function on your team. So like things could be such as, living a certain hit from a Pokemon or outspeeding a certain threat. Those are all really important things to consider when making a Pokemon or making an EV spread of a Pokemon. So for example, this is my season 11 team. It's my best team in terms of results in this generation. So this is what I did. I basically used Pokemon Showdown to build the team. I used the damage calculator to make my EV spreads, and so that I can just train them in the game very easily because I know what I'm going to do. I know what sets I'm going to run. So it makes it very easy to train them in the game because like I said, you know what you're going to do. And also another thing is to use the sp.pokedb.tokyo. So for me personally, I've been playing BSS for more than 4 years so far. I started at the beginning of Generation 8. And basically what that means is that for me, I haven't used any of these websites in the last generation because I didn't know they existed, because everything is so not English, it's in Japanese. So how are you supposed to find that? But I was able to find this because I was able to communicate and understand what the meta is like, and it led me to this website. So Fluttermane, Dragonite, it basically shows you the usage stats for all the top 150 Pokemon and all these Pokemon below that are unranked. But what this allows you to do, if you click on a Pokemon, for example, let's say Fluttermane, you can see what the teammates are, what the most used items are, the most used moves, and you can click see which things are used more than others, which allows you to build more teams. So if you click on season 14, for example, you'll see that Fairy and Water are the most used Terra types of Fluttermane. But recently the meta has been evolving, so let's see the change from season 14 to season 15. And yeah, it's definitely changed. So we have Stellar and Fairy as the most used Terra types, and what this basically means is that, for example, a Scizor could be more consistent against Fluttermane now because majority of the Fluttermanes are not running a Terra type that conceals her weakness to Steel. So Bullet Punch can be a very a more effective method to get rid of it, well, compared to other methods. But just my opinion there. But that's a very simple way of thinking about it, and it allows you to consider certain things on what you want to build when you want to build your own team, and also helps you understand what you want to build for. So another thing that I want to show you is the player rankings, because not only does the player rankings show the results in terms of the top rankings, they show the teams that they used. For the most part, some players don't really like sharing their teams, which is okay, but most players up here do, which is great. So for example, if you click on the third rankings for season 14, so the reason why I'm using season 14 here is because it's the first season of this regulation F. Regulation F is still going on as of now. Season 15 just ended, so you can also go ahead and want to see the season 15 because those results are going to be more effective to the current meta. But I'm just going to show an example for season 14 right now. So this player showed an incredible performance at 3rd place. They've used clear. The main thing was clear Amulet Dragonite because they wanted to build around a certain Dragonite that could be immune to Thunder Wave because Thunder Wave was pretty meta, and also all these stat lowering moves like Rock Tomb and things like that, and also Intimidate. So what these articles allow you to understand is basically why it allows you to understand why they put these Pokemon on their team and what the role of each Pokemon is. So not only does this allow you to understand how to build your own team when you're trying to consider like filling in your own roles in your own team, but it also allows you to understand the things that are being sent out in front of you and how they're built. You can understand how they're built very easily when you're fighting against them as well, because for example, you might face this Dragonite on the rank ladder. He goes to Electric, and you might think, oh, he's just using the set. Turns out that usually holds to be true, because what these top articles do is they have a secret influence on the meta, because since they got good results, they're going to be seen as reliable counterplay to the meta. So I've seen this Dragonite many times last season because of this result right here. So what they do is they basically explain their intentions for the EV spread. So what they do is right here. So for example, speed +2 speed from Dragon Dance outspeeds most Scarf Urshifu, or maybe the Adamant max speed Scarf Urshifu in this case. So that's what most Urshifus are kind of at in the speed bar. So again, I'll link SV PokeDB down there in the description, and yeah, it basically allows you to see all these amazing articles and why each Pokemon was put on each team, and not only that, but also their basic selection. So the 3 that they pick based on their opponent's team appearance, but if you have a team that's really good against the meta, you can pick like these same 3 Pokemon for majority of the battles, like what this person did here. 90% of the battles they pick Dark Urshifu, Chiyu, and Dragonite. And yeah, what they also explain is like the Pokemon that may give this team problems, which is seen like known as heavy Pokemon. Now, one thing I want you guys to understand is that when you translate these articles to English from Japanese, the wording is pretty easy, like most part pretty easy to understand. The point gets across, but some words in particular, like Ryumai for example, you might not know what that means off the bat, but once you start reading more articles over and over, you'll get the sense of what these words mean, and then it'll come out very easy to understand any article as time goes on. So yeah, Ryumai means Dragon Dance. So basically, you'll be able to understand that once you read more articles and just kind of get used to the terms here. But yeah, and they also, like I said, they also explain like the Pokemon that give their team problems. Like for example, this is Booster Energy Called Fluttermane. So that means that if Urshifu is defeated, Fluttermane is sent in front of Chiyu, then it might be pretty problematic for them to get through that, basically. So yeah, that's all I like to say about that. This is a very easy article to understand, and that's good because it allows other players to learn. So yeah, the good thing about these articles in general is that they're very easy to understand. So look at all, like there's so many articles right here that you can just read and get the understanding of their team. And like I said, this allows you to get ideas for your own team, as well as understand how the process works for building. And they also might explain things like how they changed this to this or something like that, so you can understand that they too went through trial and error as well. So I think trial and error is a really big thing as well. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about 2 easy ways to improve at BSS. So hope you all enjoyed that. And for me, I also want to improve more, so I'm going to be reading some of the season 15 articles as well, because I do think I can get better. I do think I really want to get better at Regulation F, and I'm also going to try and do more streams on Regulation F, just because I want to go through the trial and error process live for some of you guys as well. So I hope you all enjoyed that, and yeah, see you all next time.